Welcome back class. We are starting our new chapter which is actually about the synchronous generators. In the last lecture, in the last chapter, we have learned about the basics of AC machinery. We have learned that when a coil, basically if we have a stator, okay, and inside the stator, if you like this is the inside of the stators, and here we have the coils and we have a rotor here, okay. So basically in generators, what is happening, in the stator we place the three-phase coils, okay, like we learned earlier on, okay. And on the rotor, okay, basically rotor is rotated by a prime mover. Okay, prime mover means, for example, this rotor is attached with a turbine, okay, like see here. Okay, so this is an impulse turbine basically. So this turbine is basically being rotated here, and then it is supplying the mechanical power to the shaft of the rotor, okay. And then the rotor, okay, if this is our stator, okay, and we have three-phase coils here, and this is our rotor, okay. So this rotor shaft here, this is actually attached with the turbine, okay, and when this turbine rotates, okay, it supplies the mechanical power and this shaft rotates, okay. And we know that on the rotor basically we have windings here which we call rotor winding or field windings, okay. We supply a DC input here, and due to that current will flows here which we call field winding or field current, okay. So when the current flows, then we will get the rotor magnetic field, okay. We get the rotor magnetic field here, and this rotor, it is attached basically attached with the shaft, okay, this shaft. And when this shaft rotates, okay, due to the with the angular velocity of omega, okay, now this rotor magnetic field is rotating, okay, changing, and due to that the voltage will be induced here at the stator coils, okay. That is the thing which we have learned in the last chapter. The changing rotor magnetic field will basically induce the voltage in the stator coils. Now in this chapter we will learn more in depth details about the operation, how we actually construct the generators, what are the internal components, what are the factors which actually affects the working of the generators, and all that, okay. So that is the core of this chapter. Just a review, you guys already know that basically in a motor or AC machine we have a stator, rotor. These are the things you have already learned, okay. I will just skip them. And synchronous machine, basically we call synchronous generators, as I told in the last lecture, is a machine in which basically the electrical frequency which is being produced, okay, the electrical frequency, okay, for example the induced voltage EA has electrical frequency of FE, okay, it is synchronized, it is basically locked with the angular rotation of the shaft, okay. So that is basically the synchronous machine, and 90% of the machines are synchronous generators. So let's basically have a look at the construction of the generators, okay. So as I said earlier, inside of the Electra Trudy, okay, so this is basically the internal grooves, okay, inside of the rotors, okay, and we place the stator coils here, and here we have a rotor, okay. And if I draw this more quickly, this is the two-pole rotors, and here we have windings as I said earlier. So we supply the DC here, that DC will produce the current and eventually the rotor magnetic field, and due to the rotation the voltage will be induced in the stator coils. So that is basically the operation of the basic generator, okay. And we have three coils which are actually placed at 120 degree apart from each other, so we get three-phase output, okay. We get three-phase induced electrical output. And if we talk about the construction point of view, so basically, as I said earlier, we have a rotor and the stator. Okay, so the rotor can be categorized into two types. One is the silent pole rotor and one is the non-silent pole. So basically, like if I draw like this one, okay, this is a two pole, okay, rotor, and this now the silent pole rotor shapes looks like this one. Okay, like we have these basically the shapes. Okay, silent means the actual construction is such that it's protruding or sticking out of the surface. Okay, it's look like this one. Okay, and the non-silents look like this one. So the problem is here. Okay, like if you talk about the silent pole, so basically you can see here, this is the stator. Okay, this is the stator frame, and inside we have stator, and this is our rotor, right? So you can see the air gap between the rotor and stator. So when this rotor is basically rotating at very high speed, okay, then because of the air gap between the stator and rotor, we will get noise, very high noise. Okay, that is actually problem with the silent pole. In the non-silent, the air gap is lesser as compared to the silent type, so we get lesser noise. Okay, in the non-silent type poles. Okay, so this is basically another example of the silent pole. So this is our stator. So here we have the rotor. Okay, this is the 2D diagram and this is the 3D, the same. Okay, so basically these are the poles of the rotors. Okay, so this is the 6 poles rotor. Okay, usually I draw like this one. Okay, so I am drawing, for example, only this part, this 2 pole rotor. Okay, so similarly we have another pole here, we have another pole here. Okay, so the total becomes 6 poles. Number of poles are 6. Okay, so here in these rotors, so basically these poles, we actually make the rotor windings. Okay, like if you see here, each pole we actually make the rotor windings. Okay, like this rotor winding, and this is basically attached with the DC supply excitation. So this is also called basically excitation windings because they are attached with the DC source. So this is just the inside, and then here inside of this we have the rotor shaft, which looks like this one, and this is basically attached with the prime movers. Okay, which is actually rotating this. Okay, which actually becomes the cast of the rotating rotor magnetic field, and eventually it will induce the stator induce the voltage in the stator coils. More about the silent and non-silent, just examples. These are more examples. This is a 10 pole silent pole. Okay, so just different examples for the overview. So these are all the examples. Okay, just like you can just go through them one time. So the difference I already explained you. Let's have a look for the actual construction for the 6 pole rotor for a 3-phase AC generator. So we have 6 pole rotor. This is a silent type rotor. This is stator core. So basically in the 3D it will look like this one. Okay, we have 2 north and south. Okay, so we will get the magnetic field. Okay, so basically we will get the magnetic field from north to south and so on like that. Okay, so this is basically the magnetic material and the different poles. And we will actually make these windings across each poles. So these are basically the excitation windings or excitation coils. Okay, which is actually round around the basically they are wound around the poles. Okay, and the coil ends basically are attached with the slip rings. Okay, or through slip rings they are going to the DC source. Okay, and it's like this one. Okay, so basically these are the coil ends. So these are basically our slip rings. Okay, so we actually attach the slip rings here because it will be rotating. Okay, so like for example, if I have this wire, 2 terminals of the wire, and if they are rotating, so they could be like jumbled across each other. Okay, the wires could be jumbled across each other. So to avoid this, we actually use the slip rings. Then we have brushes with those slip rings, and with those brushes we actually attach the input DC supply. And when the current flows, we'll get the rotor magnetic fields. So these lines basically are showing the rotor magnetic fields. Okay, so because we know that this is north and this is south pole, get the magnetic field like this one. And similarly, this is north and this is south, magnetic field like this one. Okay, so this is basically the rotor magnetic field. Okay, now this is the rotor construction. Let's have a look at the stator. Okay, so stator, we have the state core and we have the slots here. So basically we are it's a 6-pole. So 3-phase we will having 18 slots. Okay, for this case. Okay, because 6 poles and 3-phase, so 6 into 3, 18 slots. Okay, so basically in these slots we will place the stator coils. Let's have a look how we will place them. So this is basically a 1-phase coil. Okay, so we will just place them like this one. Okay, through different slots, and then we will place the second one, B, C. Okay, this red one. Okay, and if you look at the combined one, okay, like this is A, B and C phases coils, and if you look the combined one, it will look like this one. Okay, so this is the phase A phase, B phase and C phase. Okay, and we have the neutral lines, and back view will look like this one. This is the front view construction and this is the back view, and like completely. Then we have the rotor, we have the stator, this is the slip rings, brushes which are attacked with the excitation power. Okay, these are the different like sides, okay, of the for the viewing the internal constructions. And here we have the the shaft, okay, inside the rotor, that is rotating and it will induce the voltage here. Okay, 3-phase voltages at the stator coils. Okay, so it will look like this one. Okay, eventually when this rotor is rotating, so rotator magnetic field is continuously changing. Okay, so it will induce the 3-phase output voltage in the stator coils. Okay, so that is basically just an overview of the basics of the basic operation of the generator. Okay, we will dig into the more details and we will see the actual different examples about the actual operation of the generator in the live session. Thank you very much for your time.